YouTube, you may have heard of these, including from me. Sunn Mustang guitars were made in India for Fender. They were like a before Squire, just before Squire. They had this idea of making, before they went to Japan to get the Fender Japan set up, they were trying to make guitars in India, and there were Sunn Mustangs. They fell out with them, so they only made them for like a year, and then Sunn Mustang moved to Korea and became plywood and shite. Bad, not good guitars. They're this Ibanez type headstock, and they looked a bit more like a Strat. But for whatever reason, that's what this is. There's Encores, which are basically the first run of Sunn Mustangs. My pal Scott has one. I know this. It's the same guitar. There's some things on it that are inherently annoying about them that's exactly the same with the good Sunn Mustangs, the original ones. I think it's slightly smaller body wise than a Strat, but the biggie is the neck is 25.5 inch scale, same as a normal Strat. The big difference is the string spacing at the bridge is 50mm, I think, instead of normally 50. I'm assuming that this Strat's normal. Alright, maybe 55 or 56. This is 50mm string spacing. No, it's not. It's less than that. No, it's not. It's exactly 50mm string spacing, which means this bridge has to stay, or you need to get thinner saddles because they're closer together. So it needs either special saddles or a special bridge or both, or you leave the one that's in it. This one's still even got its tremolo arm, so hopefully that'll survive. Because the strings are closer together here, the fingerboard is thinner here, which means that you can't take this pure amazing neck with its proper Fender headstock and gloss finish and like really honestly high quality, better than a Squire necks you get on these. It doesn't fit because it's too small to fit in a normal Strat neck bucket, because the whole, if you put a normal neck on, the strings will be quite far away from the edge, so it is to take this smaller string spacing, which I assume is meant. Actually, Alan Holdsworth has got this smaller string spacing on his version of the AH10. That's one of the differences between the really expensive Alan Holdsworth one and mine, is normal string spacing, and the bridge, although it's the same bridge, isn't made of aircraft grade aluminium. Mine's got a different pickup, but apart from that, it's kind of the same guitar. Yeah, so like just if I don't really have a Strat. Okay, that's a Strat there. So if I measure the 21st fret on this, get the width at the 21st fret. You see what I mean? It's 50. $2mm is how wide the 21st fret, or the fretboard is at the 21st fret. On a normal Strat, it is 56, 7, 58 maybe. So it doesn't sound like much, but it does mean the neck pocket doesn't fit. I'm kind of running through the bad things about this. Other things which are annoying as well. These pickups, do I have a Strat single coil sitting about? You would have think that there's got to be one just sitting there saying, it's not. I thought I had a cover. Or a scratch plate. We do it with a scratch plate. Okay. Anyway, Strat single coils, which are what these look like. These are steel backs. Are slightly wider this way. Like a normal Strat pickup is wider this way and thinner this way, just to be annoying. So you can't put, if you want to put like a normal upgrade to pickups, put Warmans or something in it, and you want to put Strat pickups in, you have to file out the thing to take the width of them on this, but you'll be left with a gap, only a millimetre or something, top and bottom, because it will no longer fit, because these pickups are fatter, which is annoying. The way I've been doing these, the last one actually I saw it earlier on this year, the Iron Brew Van Halen guitar I did was the last one of these I had. I put another pickup in and then run it, because these are not, or I'm pretty sure these are not reverse wind. They're all the same. Opposite that one, opposite that one, opposite that one. Yes. So basically what I was doing was I was putting one of these in that is the opposite wind, and then making a humbucker switch, which gives you lots of options. Probably end up doing something like that with this. But I do like the pickups that are in it. Are, as I said, they're the steel back ones, where I assume they're all the same. Tuners are easily upgraded. They're alright. They're just the sort of crappy type. But I mean, I've kind of worked out that, see, if you take the backs off, tighten up the one screw that's in the back, put a bit of 3-in-1 oil on it, and spin it around 10 times. Quite a lot of the time, it actually makes them quite acceptable and alright. And they never slip anyway. Tuners never slip. It's only when they crunch and they jump, you know what I mean? They're a wee bit stiff or something, but they never go out of tune. The reason your guitar's going out of tune is very rarely ever the tuners. The nut's broken on this. But apart from that, it looks to be alright. I've not even plugged it in or had a look at it. It's just a boring black Strat with all the bits that don't quite fit. So the same thing applies to the scratch plate as well. The scratch plate's not quite Strat shaped, so you might be able to put something on it. Actually, Jen gave me a JPAC scratch plate that she made a bit of a mess of. I was just thinking, I can't remember whether I've actually taken it, whether it's in my toolbox. 2 seconds, did I just throw it into the toolbox? It was lying out in the garden, and I liked it. No. I must have forgotten it. That'd have been annoying, because I would just have done that this afternoon and it would have been cool as fuck. I mean, the problem, and I would always say, why do guitars that are kind of unloved always have paint on them? This was actually gloss paint there. I'll just pick that off with a Stanley knife. So it needs a nut, it needs a clean, the action doesn't actually look that bad. It actually plays quite well. It's quite bizarre. I was saying it's thinner here. It's kind of a wee bit like the Corker's got this thing where here it's not thinner. Here it's full size, very fendery feeling. So that the nut width is like, I don't know, is it the 42, whatever it is. It's very much a normal, like a good fender here. It's when you get up here, it doesn't seem to get any thicker. I mean, it does, but you know, it's like, it's only that much, but you totally notice that, and it seems to stay the same thickness. Very easy to play guitars, these. It does weigh a bit. It's solid wood, so one of the problems with budget guitars is they tend to be very heavy. If they're made of good wood, they tend to be heavy, or if they're made of plywood, they tend to be heavy as well. I'm going for this one being nearly 4 kilograms. 3.9. No. I'd argue that is nearly 4 kilograms. Yeah, so I mean, it weighs the same as a Corker. Probably about the same size. No, these are still kicking about. As I said, my pal was, I'm going to wire another one of these black Yamahas. My pal Doogie's got one. A lot of people, I'm interested, you give me blah blah blah. It's like, can you do that mod you're talking about to my one? He's got a fancy one. I quite want to see it, but I'll do a video of me doing the mod where I split the pickups, which is just totally makes the guitar 50% better, makes it perfect. Just a wiring thing, just adding a couple of wires and cutting the switch in half. That's fun. But I was looking up, he's like, up here, yeah, I want to do it for his part payment. Do you want he's got an Encore Telecaster, vintage one. So up here, alright, there's photos on Gumtree. So I looked up Gumtree, typed in Encore, and then up came this 2 miles away. And as soon as I saw it, I'm so used to looking at Encores. The thing about Encores is, I kinda know quite well 2 models of Encore that are really flipping good. So there's a Strat that's after this. It's got like a thinged off headstock. A couple of the JPACs and a few of the Buckycasters have been in them. They're very light, but they're actually really decent guitars. They feel cheap, but it doesn't mean they don't play well or feel good. You can just tell they're cheap. This one, it's got a weight to it, and it feels small, but it's not really. It's the same. It's full scale. The body's pretty much the same size. It weighs the same. It's just this whole thing about the strings being closer together, and therefore the neck being just 5 mil or something thinner at that point, and the fact it doesn't seem to get any thicker when you come up the neck. It seems to be here. It's between there and there. It doesn't seem to doesn't get wider as much. But I'll have to look and see if I can get that that J-Pack scratch plate to fit this, because that would do. Because the actual the body itself's an alright nick. It doesn't really have any major scratches or dings in it. It's a bit dirty, but a bit of a wipe will sort that. And if I put on another scratch plate, it doesn't solve it with the pickups. Although, to be honest, I like these pickups. I like the low output single. They've got a right jangle to it. Well, the other ones of these I've played, and I'm assuming they're all the same. It feels the same. It feels much better than it should. So I don't know, what should I do with this? Anyone want a Strat? I still remember one of the Stratocasters is this, the first one of these I got, and I bought it, and I bought it as a Strat shaped object. And the guy was just like, it's just a shite Strat, I've got a fender, but it's a Strat shaped object. I couldn't believe how good it was, so basically I just painted it bucky colours and sold it. I think I sold it for like 80 quid or something. It wasn't until later on I realised, oh, hold on, I got a shot of a Sunn Mustang. It was Scott Sunn Mustang, and I was like, this is exactly those Encores. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of having to guess some of this story, but it's something like that. Because it is the same guitar. It's got the same pure amazing neck. The one Scott got, he'd kind of try to make an Alan Holdsworth out of it. He'd put like bought a single ply black scratch plate and put a single Seymour Duncan in it, and expensive tuners. And it was one of his main guitars. You're like, right, it was basically just one of these. I don't think it necessarily needs the extra pickups. The other thing is, if you're thinking about, I'd quite like to upgrade the pickups, you can put hot rail in. The standard sort of uncovered hot rails you get, Warman do them, you can get them from China for about £10, I think they are now, in white or black, and they will fit in that hole without much modification, and they'll look pretty good. So that's my choices, and this are hot rail. Maybe I could cut it and put a humbucker in it. Don't know. It would be an amazing. I don't know, would it? See, is this a bit? I would just shoot this out against that, because I mean we're kind of talking a similar sort of price sort of thing. If you can find them, you're much more likely to find one of them. But this again is one of those guitars that you might find in a charity shop, or you might find in a car boot sale. The difference being, if you kind of look at it, you'll know. You look at something, and Encore are generally pretty good. They went through a bad phase. If it kind of looks 80s super stratty, no. But this particular one, and the sort of bog standard Strat from, I'm going to say that mid to late 90s is really good. I should have one of them lying about just to go, this is what you should be doing. You should get something like this. And again, this in a rolling cube, you're away. Yeah, and I'll make the trem work. I've no idea. I can't remember what the blocks are like in these. Yeah. So, and as far as I was talking about the Telecaster. It's an Encore vintage Telecaster. The one that the guy in Motherwell's got. I was looking up Gumtree when I found this, and it was basically on my way to. I was going to see my pal last night anyway. He said, it was made in India. He said, an Indian telly? I've never seen an Indian telly. And it's like, I don't think it is. He'd researched it somewhere, but I'm pretty sure it's a more modern thing. It actually says vintage on it, Encore vintage. And it's a nice wee Telecaster. And got a tendency to really quite like Telecasters, yes. For fixing his guitar. Doing some sort of shady deal with it. But the only Indian ones I'm aware of are this model, the Strat, which always seems to be red. This is often red as well. I think I've only ever seen red and black. I'm not sure if I've seen a black Sunn Mustang one, which is the same guitar. And the bass, this is my wee red bass. This is an Encore. The reason I think this is made in India is because I looked this up after I bought it, because I bought this for a tenner. It used to be red. And that's just pure amazing. It doesn't feel like normal. It feels like this. It feels like an expensive guitar, even though it's a shit Encore. I just bought it for a tenner. How can it be? And then I was like, I'm going to look these up on, eBay. I can pick these up for 20 quid, because I originally bought this because I wanted the neck for a project. I was going to make a shocking bird. I've got the body. I just need a short scale neck, for a double neck. It's like, but I couldn't do anything with it, so I was looking these up, and the only ones I could find were like 150, 200 quid, and they still had a sticker on the back there, which you can see there's a remnants of it there that says Made in India on a gold sticker, and it's like, so I wonder, is there a Sunn Mustang? One of these? I don't know how long they made guitars in India. It's not something I've really heard much about, apart from those Sunn Mustangs. I think they used to make, I'm sure I've got an old acoustic guitar, like an old 60s one, and it's made in India, and it's the one that John Lennon, or it's the same model that John Lennon's playing in that picture. You see him at some gala day where he's like 13, standing like that with a wee shit acoustic, and Paul McCartney's kind of 10 or something. That I think it's that guitar. I can't remember what make it is, but I'm sure they were made in India. There was a time, probably something to do with the Empire, there was a time when guitars were made in India. Yeah, no, I'm actually just sitting here looking at that, thinking like that. You can have the wee red bass. I just make this into the wee matching guitar. The thing is, as a travel guitar, it's a bit heavy, but it is pretty cool just having a Strat. But I mean, that was a Strat. But even better, this was not. I didn't see this in the photo. Look at the strap that came on it. A big. It's not leather. It's fake leather, but it's pretty classy. I just don't know. A strap of this magnitude needs the correct, like sort of very Judas Priesty and stuff. So I need the right guitar to put it on. I don't know what to put it on. I don't think. Does it go? I don't know. Does it go on this? No, the problem is it's like you get a big heavy strap for a big heavy guitar, because it's a big wide one. That guitar weighs nothing. It doesn't really need a strap. Same with some of the guitars I've got. It's like the age-old problem of trying to find what's the best knobs to put on your guitar and the best strap to put on it, because the strap can just make or break it. Sounds a bit silly. Actually, it's a really... Oh, I assume it goes longer than this. No, so you can't even really see it. So that's one of the things actually. One of the things I hadn't really forgotten about, but on the Kraken, it's like, see if you've got like a fancy strap, because it sits onto the back of it. You can see that bit better. Normally on a guitar it's turned sideways because it's on the hook. But this guitar is getting better and better. I was jamming till 3 o'clock last night, sitting there with the cubes. Took my pal over the bass cube. He's like, "Oh, we're going to be bass amps." Bring over the bass cube and the guitar cube. The two sat in his kitchen on battery power, and him playing, taking turns on his West Tone Thunder bass and this, and we just jammed for about 6 hours. And it's just getting better. I don't know whether it's me just getting used to it. I now like the shape straight up. I don't know whether I'm going to get it JPEX painted or not. I feel... I don't know. I feel like I like it because it's so bizarre. It's kind of got a wee bit of a... It's such a bizarre colour. It's a kind of iridescent. It's also really unfinished-y. It just feels like bare wood. And I don't know... Does the paint dampen the sound? I don't know. It's kind of... I kind of get a feeling it kind of sort of does somehow, or whether it's how perceived it is. I don't think, maybe it doesn't come through the amp, but I mean, the guitars I've got like this and the Shockingbird, the reason they're not painted is because they sounded pure amazing when I built them before they were painted. I mean, it has been stained. It's just not... It's just got a... It's very light. But it's just getting better and better the more it's getting played, because this guitar has never been a guitar before. But it's the same thing will happen with similar process will happen with that Encore. That Encore, I reckon, hasn't... you can maybe kind of tell. I reckon that this probably hasn't been tuned in between 10 and 15 years or something like that before this was tuned, never mind had new strings on it. So this has been sitting there. It's not been in tune, so that'll have reverted back to being a tree, and we'll take a few hours of tweaking with it and playing it. And after a week of playing it, it'll be pure amazing. This one has never been a guitar before, so it's still a tree. But gradually, it's just getting incrementally better every day I play it. Exactly the same thing happened with the Corker. I think it's more sort of, I don't know. Well, the Corker has never been played. That's the thing. It had been assembled but never played. Maybe you get that with new guitars, like factory built ones as well. I just don't really ever get any new guitars. The only new guitar, I'm arguing that the FGN's kind of new. It was only 2 years old when I bought it and had never really been played. So, for me, it was brand new, but not. It wasn't brand new, Whereas this is brand new. I'm still not sure about this bridge, whether I should be